Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You know who I am. The big S on my chest. Alright. So we're back here in my ore processing center. I got everything pretty much working great. Finally. All my end processing items are right here. Oh, and as I come over here I hear that noise. Last couple videos I had a problem with the game sound being too high, so I apologize for that. If it was hard to hear my voice, that is why. I've adjusted it since, see right here, so you might hear a little bit of that stupid crushing machine, but nonetheless, hopefully you can hear me now. Alright, so we're producing lots of brine, we're producing lots of all this other stuff, and we were creating, but the problem is that all these machines over here are super slow, and there's no way to upgrade them, and a little bit of lag in the server today. No way to upgrade them, so at least that I'm aware of. You can't put speed upgrades or anything like that. What the process is actually being held up in the chemical washer. There's a ton of slurry in all these chemical washers. It just takes forever for them to actually process the slurry out into crystallizable, if that's a word, slurry. So for now, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. So everything's coming through here just fine. So basically what's happening is I'm generating all that slurry through the ores, but I'm not actually making or processing the materials fast enough. I may consider another production line here for all the slurries. Just put another production line here. I should be alright with the chunks and stuff like that, so maybe later on down the road you can take a look at that. So great success. There's great success on this. I've been running my let's turn that off. Been running my reactor non-stop on this one. That one over there, I've just been turning it on and shutting it off. I've been running into problems of running out of uranium, which can be a problem. And I'm still mining in the that desert that I have my salination towers in. But anyway, enough with all of that. I'm sure you guys have seen enough salination ore processing stuff. It's a bear to put together. So if you have the resources to do it, more power to you. It's great. Good luck. You know, as you can see, I kind of messed around with it and derped a little bit and finally got everything working right. So you can learn from my mistakes and basically don't do what I did, kind of a thing, but do what I did, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we're going to go over to Lord Met's city, and he's going to give us a tour. This is going to be more of a build spotlight type of video, which is kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to hook up with him on TeamSpeak, and we're going to do kind of like a little bit of an interview slash tour with Lord Met. Okay, so stand by. Alright guys, we're back here with Lord Met. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright, he's going to show us around this place. It's pretty epic in my opinion. I've been here before and I've shown you guys on YouTube video of some of his buildings here, so he's going to actually go a little bit more into detail of what he's got and what they've got going on over here. Go ahead.
Alright, so the capacitor bank building has grown significantly since the last time David was shown in a video. Unfortunately, we can't make it any bigger without causing any more lag, so that is sad. We have started to automate filling all our personal anchors with ender chests, and I nicked the travel anchors from Super Dave. Actually, I saw them in one of his videos.
Oh, you the automation part of it?
Yep, and the travel anchors.
Oh, right, yeah.
Set for travel.
What kind of debuff effects are you having right now?
Debuff? I don't believe any, but I know that we have a beacon on top of the reactor building there.
Oh, okay, that must be it then.
And speaking of which, the reactor, we've now automated all of the reprocessing of plutonium and yellowite.
Oh, nice. So how much energy are you producing with this bad boy? This sucker's huge.
When it's running full tilt, about 60 R per tick. But we have it pretty much nerfed now. We've switched over to magnetic dynamos because they're a little bit cheaper and a little bit easier to run.
So you're not even using this at all?
Yeah, not right now. When we have everybody on using all the power for digital miners, I'll turn it on then, but otherwise the magnetic dynamos take care of everything else.
Oh, wow.
And this was a failed experiment to make the pink slime for the mining lasers, but I got them from someone else and used the unifier to turn in some other slime from Tinker's construct into them.
Oh, good. So you got yourself a brine tank.
Yeah, we haven't switched over to putting into the ME system yet because so many people use it. Until we unify our ME systems, this is the best way to use it.
See, I've got a tank set up like this at my place. I don't think it's as big, but it's basically storing all of the brine before it actually gets processed into through the electrolytic separators. It's easier for me. I don't have to make up a bunch of ME fluid storage disks for that. So
yeah, it's quite a process.
The problem I found with the ME storage system or the fluid storage system is that you can't program it to only hold so much of a certain liquid. So even if you do put in a brand new 64K disk, it's just going to accept whatever's being pumped into it and start using up the space.
I've looked into that, but I'm sure we would only be using it for this, so it might not be an issue. But
so you would just set up your own ME.
Yep, once we get everyone on our compound unified into the same ME system.
Cool. All right.
And then there's actually my personal house, which really only holds my death chest, but other than that, it just looks.
Your crib, so it says. You got a TV in there, I see.
Yeah, I don't know what I do without Eaveecraft. And it's actually fairly boring. It's just literally a place for my death chest.
Now, see, I've been interested in putting together one of these maps too.
It was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be.
I'll have to try that out. I know there's one somewhere for Arrow City, but I'm not sure how to make one. Just have to wing it.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is actually our $1 million barn house, since we had to buy both the woods here from Bubby, and he doesn't sell the saplings for cheap.
The what saplings?
For logwood and Hollywood are the two woods there.
Wow.
Each sapling was $128,000.
Good God.
Yes, but we didn't want to just buy the wood just in case we wanted other projects, and it's turned out to be an investment.
Now, what animals do you have in there?
Just horses.
Oh, okay.
The animals that are actually being used for anything are out here.
Are you just collecting sludge or sewage from the mushrooms?
Yep, and at one point we were collecting their milk, whatever it's called, the mushroom stew, and we had a tank for it, but we decided it was pointless.
Now, are you able to collect more sewage using these type of cows rather than regular cows?
I have no idea. It's just what we're using.
No.
It was when we started. It was the cheapest form of food.
How are you able to get mushrooms?
I got a Pokeball, the Safari Net, a reusable one, and I went into someone's mushroom thing at Arrow City
Uh-huh.
and just grabbed one and took it back and bred them.
Oh, and they don't despawn?
Not nearly as much as the sheep. We used to have sheep here, but they just like to go away.
Okay. Yeah, I've had problems with regular animals throughout the world despawning.
It's an interesting issue, and I don't know what causes it, but the mushrooms don't seem to despawn at all. So,
Oh, good.
and there's my personal bees that we don't actually create anything from. But it's been interesting trying to place everything within chunks so that it's not causing lag.
So you're not actually generating any usable materials, you're just getting just the honeycombs from them?
Yep. None of it's being processed. The only thing I have them here for is for the pyrithium, or whatever that equivalent is,
Right.
and interpearls and diamonds. And we have a building for the farm's harvest craft stuff, but I don't know actually what Yellow has any intention of doing with it.
Probably just for looks.
Probably. And this was our most impressive build. It doesn't look like much, but when we had the drawbridges, it was quite nice.
Oh, this bridge here?
Yep. This lever over here would activate it from both sides.
Oh,
On either output.
that's it's pretty cool. I'd like to have seen how it worked when you had it going. Like I said, the drawbridges were next for now, probably. I mean, they'll probably end up eventually being back.
Yeah, I sure hope so, because they were certainly fun. We had drawbridges here for the garage doors for private space.
And this, I assume, is your basically processing building.
Well, just privates. That's it. His ME system here, we were going to link to ours, and then we were going to link Malone's to ours.
Oh, whose spot is this?
Private steers.
Oh, okay.
He has definitely gotten better at making things compact compared to us.
Yes, some people are more talented at stuff like this than I am. Yeppy commented on one of my videos before about how aggravating it was her seeing me just make things in the ME system from scratch instead of actually automating it or using the autocrafter. I have a huge autocrafter at my place, and I didn't have anything set up to craft, so I took her advice and started setting up some things that I usually use or that I normally use on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I have a similar feeling with the crafting. I only have things like the 64K storage drives that are just really too much of a pain for me to do by hand.
And these interfaces, I don't have any interfaces at my house.
That's interesting how you've actually gone into autocrafting, because the way we have it set up is on demand. It'll make stuff from the raw materials.
Oh, yeah, mine just processes as the materials come in. It just refines everything as they come in.
I have most everything refined, but there are some things that don't get re-refined. Like I saw that your ME system would put the dust back into the smelter of the appropriate machine to get preprocessed.
Yep.
Yeah, if we have dust, it stays dust. Just because it's part of some crafting recipes.
Yeah, and I just reprocess it into dust as I go if I need to.
And this is actually where we get our traits to sell from. This has been mostly Malone, but when I do have queens, or pristine princesses, I'll make more of the lapis stone since they give the most, they put out the most valuable items the quickest.
The lapis ones do.
Yep, we have redstone and lapis seem to be the most feasible means of just trading.
Yeah, they actually make you the most money. Redstone and lapis do.
There's bees that make redstone, and they'll make the raw redstone, not just a comb that you have to process, but they don't put out as quickly as the lapis bees.
Even with upgrades to your...
Yep, everything is maxed out, but it's just there's a higher percent chance for the lapis bees to make their lapis comb compared to the redstone bees making the comb and the redstone.
Cool, I'm going to have to get my hands on some of them then.
Yeah, we have some 64,000 lapis drones that just need queens, and since we haven't found the tool to actually pick up the natural hives, we haven't been able to just mine them with the digiminer yet.
All right, well, this can't be it. There's got to be more.
No. I don't know why Ash has set up a sugarcane farm, but he has, and you really can appreciate how slow the crops grow in this pack. And this is Malone's base.
Wow, this conglomerate.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. We had ×5 ore processing, but it was so buggy that we haven't gotten it up yet.
I just finally got mine set up after hours of playing.
Well, in order to justifiably use it, for it to process ores quick enough that it's useful, it's just so slow. So you have to add a separate ×5 processor for literally every ore that you're going to mine.
Yeah, that was something I noticed. Once I got everything finished, I need it's where it slows down is the chemical washer. Like the chemical washer's full and it's not outputting enough to the crystallizer.
Yeah, so I'm sure at some point we'll get it back up and running, but it's probably going to be far away from his base, which has caused issues in the past.
Well, his base in the last map definitely bugged me out a lot.
Yeah, when we had this running, it was bad as Yuppie's old 25 by 25 reactor.
Well, he's got it spread out over several chunks, so I think he's doing all right with that.
Yeah, we've had to move the vast majority of his autocrafter onto this platform. We had been planning to do it for some time, but we didn't want to do it without the aid of the cardboard boxes. Because none of the stuff from the computers will stack in your inventory. And this Red Hood tree is actually Gulukin's house. He's part of 3RGR, but he hasn't been very for quite some time.
Yeah, I've seen people build their bases inside these trees. It's pretty unique. However, to actually spread stuff out would be kind of a issue. This one actually is in 3 different chunks, it looks like.
I think he's actually grown 2 or 3 trees at once. His obsession with the redwood trees was unhealthy at best. And actually, right here we have probably one of the last few mob grinders. So we had moved these before the means to move them were banned. So this is probably one of the last mob grinders on the server, or at least using the spawners.
Do you know Shadow Ninja Caleb?
Yes, they have a few.
He was moving some spawners around before with cardboard boxes. So you're
Yeah,
getting blaze rods from these guys as well?
yeah, not that it's necessary. It's actually just for the red hearts that they drop.
And what do you
And
use those for?
when you look at me, I have twice the normal amount of hearts as you start with.
Oh, I see. So you got a lot of absorption or
It's
just
literally
extra
just
health?
more, just extra health.
Oh, I see.
And that's what the red hearts are for. They make the heart canisters, and then you get the yellow hearts from boss mobs. And then necrotic bones, and you can make your own extra hearts. They're actually permanently attached to your character.
Did you pick them up?
Yep, they're in my inventory again.
All right.
And this is, I don't even know whose house this is, or if it's a house, or what its purpose is.
Now there's a chest inside.
So I know that we've had people from our clan gaming community play on the server, but not for very long. So I'm just very confused about it.
Now whose building is this here?
I believe that is Pens or Nobody's, but I don't know what he's doing. He has it attached to Malone's ME system, so I think he's just mooching off Malone when he does play.
Oh, yeah, I see. Now we've discussed this before. This is Yellow Cloud's building here. The obsidian and nether brick.
Literally every building on that side of the fence has been made by Yellow Cloud, with the exception of the rather blocky ones. He's definitely more aesthetically, and he probably wouldn't be playing modded Minecraft if it wasn't something that I was interested in. So he's generally the designer of all the buildings. For instance, the nuclear reactor building that we have is something that we had on a different server, and we just replicated on this one.
Well, it definitely looks nice over here, and I think the video should give some people a little bit of inspiration on what they might want to build where they're at.
There's Ash has built some more aesthetically pleasing buildings, but they're quite some distance away.
Now this was your place right here, this brick and cobble building? Or was that somebody
That's
else's?
actually something, that's one that Yellow made for Tinker's Construct.
Oh yeah, because you got the smoker coming out the top to make it look like it's a big furnace.
Yep. And we had it automated to actually make the red alloy ingot, since this was the cheapest means to actually make it. But other than that, this building is relatively unused.
Well, nice.
And
Where's
we
this?
have a teleporter, but
Yeah.
it goes to our mech auto processing factory.
Oh, okay. Which isn't too far away, but I guess it's a good alternative to the travel anchor.
Yeah, we didn't know about the travel anchor when we made it. Actually, Yellow Cloud has some serious issues of dying when he goes through those, so we have pretty much discontinued the use of them.
Oh, are these here, the teleporters?
Yeah, he'd get to the other side and fall through the earth into the void. So we got tired of replacing his inventory, so we've more or less discontinued the use of them. We used to have one that went to the nether, but I'd have to load it first. So it was actually quite a pain, but he's bought himself more homes now, so it's not even necessary.
Alright. A little tool for the tool bag. Don't use the teleporters.
Yeah, I seem to be fine with him and everybody else is, but I think it's just his ISP is bad and just bad enough that the trunks won't load when he gets there.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. And you have a random switch on the ceiling up here.
I placed it there, and it doesn't do anything. I don't know why it's there, actually.
Alright, well, thanks for the tour.
No problem.
Just to give a little bit of information about yourself, if you don't wish to answer the questions, that's fine. How old are you?
21.
Alright. And first name in real life?
Lord. Oh, Andrew.
Alright. Andrew, Lord Matt, thank you for the tour. If you guys would like your base featured on Eaveecraft's YouTube channel, send me a message on Twitter at SuperDave4054 or send me a mail in-game. Thanks for watching,
All right.
guys.